So we're here at the JCB booth at the Landscape Ontario Show, Congress 2020, covering a brand new launch for them. So Chris from JCB, he's going to introduce us to this Teleskid that was launched
yesterday, actually, at Landscape Ontario.
That's awesome. So, I mean, a lot of people are familiar with skid steers, track loaders in general. The Teleskid, overall, there's a larger model, which people are familiar with because it's a single-armed loader, right? So you don't have that dual arm, you get in from the side.
Yep.
Now, with this being a new model, what's different?
Overall, the market right now is in the 2,600 rated operating capacity range.
Your mid-size loader.
Yeah, so
right?
that's where our large 3TS version of the telescoping boom is at.
Right.
The second largest is where this one sits, which is right around 2,000 pounds of rated operating capacity. We've had so much success with the large version of the Teleskid that we decided that we would make another unique machine and make the 2TS. And we've also had some dealers and customers that have asked us for a smaller version.
Right.
So with it being smaller, you can work in tighter spaces, you can load it on a trailer without a CDL, depending on your state's regulations or regions.
What's the overall weight of that?
So the weight of the machine's right around 9,900 pounds. It does have a rated operating capacity of 2,096 pounds. While the boom is retracted and extended, it's right around 1,140 pounds. The hinge pin height, while it's fully up in the air, is right around 12 feet. It does give you 7 feet of forward reach from the front of the chassis. So you can load and unload a trailer from one side. Traditional two-arm skid steers, you have to drive all the way to the other side of them.
For sure. So I want to run through definitely the engine because I'm sure this has a little bit of a smaller engine. Are we under 75?
This one actually comes with a 74 horsepower JCB engine by Kohler. No DPF, no DEF, no after treatment. You just fill it up with diesel and off you go.
I want to take a look at the rear access here for the engine bay. So single swing door.
Yeah.
So
you have a wide opening. All your filters are easily accessible right here. There is a drop plate on the bottom if you need to get to the bottom to do any maintenance as well. The back is actually no different than our 215's model that we have as well. So what this is an emergency release valve. If for whatever reason you get out of the machine and the boom's up, doesn't have a safety strut, and you're like, all right, it's pretty unsafe, you can come back here, you rotate the valve up, the loader arm will lower itself slowly while you're out. You just want to make sure that you're maintaining awareness, no one's underneath it while it's coming down.
This is oil.
Yep, oil dipstick, oil fill. This is your hydraulic oil right here with sight glass. Battery isolator, so if you're working on it, you don't want anybody hopping in the machine and trying to start it.
Oh, so from a security standpoint, you can have
security and for service. You don't want someone stealing it either. They can't get any power to the machine. This is your fuel water separator. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's your filter.
Yeah.
Okay. And then up here, block heater connection. Water fuel separator, and then the oil filter. Okay, so obviously with a Teleskid, the huge advantage here is that you have the ability to get in off the side so you're not climbing over the attachment.
Yep.
And the visibility is incredible.
Yep.
But something that always comes up when you have this conversation with people is a one-sided arm. Is it going to bend? Is it going to twist? Like, what precautions are there to avoid that?
So just like the large Teleskid, there's right around 20% more steel in one of our booms than there is in a traditional two-arm skid steer.
Oh, wow.
So there's a ton of steel in this thing, which obviously makes it a lot stronger. It has a double taper pin in the back, which engineering designed to, if the arm tries to move left or right or twist, it will rotate inside of there and actually tighten it up to prevent it.
Oh, wow.
And the greatest thing about our boom is we back it up with a lifetime warranty.
Really? So
Yes.
if there's any sort of cracking or bending or something like that, it's...
Yeah, against normal wear and tear.
Fair
now,
enough, right.
if you're
it's an
doing
extreme,
something
yeah,
outside
demolition
that
or
you
something
that you shouldn't be doing, you know, engineering will be able to tell right away. Like there's, but other than that, yeah, lifetime warranty.
That's awesome. And apart from that, we're running standard tracks like.
Yeah, these are the same standard tracks that we use on our 215 models and our 215 track models.
In a typical skid steer that you're going to jump in and out of the front, this door will obviously move. On this model, it's fixed, but if you prefer to work without glass, you can actually remove it for two reasons. One, there are people who prefer to work without glass, and two, if this should be broken in any form, you can turn these handles and then this whole panel is removed, so it just slips out, and then you get your glass replaced, put it back, disconnect the wiper motor, and then that's all you have to do. The connection's right down here. Okay, so obviously the big push with these is visibility. It's huge. I have full visibility of the right side track, especially with the arm up. The left side's never gonna have another arm that's blocking or obstructing in any sort of way. You can literally stick your head out of the window and get full visibility of the track. Even in the lower portion of the window here, just peeking over, I can see the rear of the track, which is important when working up against buildings. I have a lot of room in the cab, air suspension seat. Up above, there's a rear view mirror, a radio on the left-hand side, and then lower control panel has HVAC, fan speed, temperature, and AC. Up in the right, there is engine oil temperature, hydraulic temperature, and your fuel gauge, engine RPM, and then it looks like this one has, oh, this is a key start, parking brake. What's this new model going to be worth roughly?
Probably right around 87,000.
Okay.